girls, it's Mrs. Faulkner here. Today we're going to have a very special guest, my father-in-law, Robert Faulkner. So that is my husband's dad. We're going to interview Robert Faulkner, who was a Paralympian in the 1976 and 1980 Paralympics.
Hello girls. Yeah, the Paralympics are for people with a physical disability, people in wheelchairs, people who are amputees with limbs missing, and the blind compete in what they call the Paralympics. Paralympics are the parallel Olympics. They run in parallel with the ordinary Olympics, but they allow people with a disability to compete.
And at the Paralympics, what category were you competing in?
Okay, I competed in the visually impaired or blind section of the Paralympics. There's two categories in the Olympics for blind. There's people who are totally blind that see nothing at all, no light or anything. Then there's the B section for people who see a little bit, who can see the sun in the sky or see a light on in a room. That's the B section. That's the section I competed in.
So Bob, you competed at the 1976 and the 1980 Paralympics. What sports did you compete in at those Paralympics?
Okay, in Canada in 1976, I competed in athletics and swimming. I competed in 100 metres backstroke in the swimming. In the athletics, I competed in the 100 metre run, the pentathlon, which is 5 events run over 2 days, and also the long jump. In Holland in 1980, I competed in pretty much those events, except I didn't compete in swimming. I did compete in a newly introduced sport in Holland in 1980 called goalball, which is a team sport that blind people play. There's 2 goals at the end of a court, like soccer goals, and 3 people on a team. All the team members are blindfolded, so even the people who are totally blind have to wear a blindfold, and the people who can see a little bit have to wear it, so everyone's the same. And the idea is to throw a ball down the court and score a goal past the 3 members on the other team.
And out of all of those sports, Bob, what do you think was your favourite?
Oh, my favourite was always the 100 metre run. It was the one I did best in. But I did enjoy competing in the other sports as well.
So you've obviously participated in a lot of sports over the years. What would you say is your greatest sporting achievement?
Oh, the greatest achievement I had was winning a silver medal in Canada in 1976 in the 100 metre run. The 100 metre run was always my favourite event, and it was especially pleasing because 1976 in Canada was the first time blind and visually impaired people and amputees ever competed in the Paralympics. So it was nice to win a medal in the first Olympics that my disability ever competed in.
That's great that you won a silver medal, Bob. Would you like to maybe hold up your silver medal that you've got there? This is the exact silver medal that he won.
That's the one I won that they hung around my neck. There is a motto on that medal that says everybody wins, which means everybody does win. It's not just the people who win the medals, but everyone who takes part. And on the other side of the medal, the same thing is written in Braille for blind people to read.
So a silver medal is a great achievement, Bob, but I've also heard that you've broken some world records. Is that a great achievement as well?
Oh, that was too. That was back in 1977. The Olympics in Canada were 45 years ago, and the FESPIC Games, where I set the world record, were 44 years ago. That was a world record in 100 metre running.
Do you remember what your time was?
I think it was something like 11.3.
Oh, that's fantastic. So there was a lot of different sports that you participated in, Bob. So how did you train for all those sports?
I did basic fitness training with running and that type of thing. I used to run a lot of hills, run up the hills to strengthen my legs and run down the hills to try and lengthen my stride. I used to do a lot of fast skipping. One of my favourite training areas was in Gatton, where I came from, was around the horse racetrack up there. And I used to run up and down the grandstand steps to try and strengthen my legs there. With the swimming, I trained mostly at Yeronga Pool. It was one of the only few pools in Brisbane back then that had a heated pool, and they had a 25-metre heated pool.
Thanks for your time today, Bob. If you'd like to hold up your medal, your silver medal from the Paralympics one last time, is there anything else you'd like to share with the girls before we go?
No, just girls, chase your dreams, work hard. So all the best, and thank you for being interested in a little bit of my life.
Thanks, Bob.